Do you ever wonder if the very medicine you take to help your heart might be quietly clashing with some of your daily habits or even the foods you enjoy? It's a surprising truth that many of us, especially as we get a little older, are unaware of these silent interactions happening right under our noses. Imagine taking your amlodipine every morning, trusting it to keep your blood pressure steady, only to find out that something you're eating or drinking, or even another simple pill, is actually undermining all that good work. It's a painful reality that we might be inadvertently putting our hearts at risk, even when we're trying our best to stay healthy. But what if I told you there's a simple secret to unlocking better heart health, even while on your medication? In this video, we're going to peel back the layers and look at 5 surprisingly common things that can seriously interfere with your amlodipine, and more importantly, with your precious heart health. These aren't complicated medical terms, just practical insights that every senior must know. It's about taking control, feeling more secure, and living your best life with confidence. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you, something many people overlook entirely. Now, let's gently step into the first thing you absolutely need to be aware of if you're taking amlodipine. And it might just be sitting in your fruit bowl or chilling in your fridge right now, grapefruit and its juice. For years, doctors and pharmacists have been talking about grapefruit, but sometimes it feels like a whispered secret that not everyone quite grasps the full importance of. When you take amlodipine, it's designed to relax your blood vessels, making it easier for your heart to pump blood, which in turn lowers your blood pressure. It's a vital helper for millions of people. But here's the rub with grapefruit. It contains certain compounds that can mess with the way your body processes medicines, including amlodipine. Think of it this way. Your body has a sort of internal cleanup crew, a set of enzymes that break down medications so they can be used and then safely leave your system. Grapefruit acts like a mischievous blocker to part of that cleanup crew. When these enzymes are blocked, your body doesn't break down the amlodipine as quickly as it should. This means that more of the medication stays in your system, and its concentration can build up to much higher levels than intended. It's as if you've taken a double or triple dose, even though you only took your usual pill. So, what does this mean for your heart? Well, if you have too much amlodipine in your system, it can cause your blood pressure to drop too low, which can be quite dangerous. Imagine feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or even fainting. These are not just uncomfortable sensations. They can lead to falls and serious injuries. Especially for us older folks, you might also experience a rapid heartbeat, or what feels like your heart pounding, as your body tries to compensate for the sudden drop in blood pressure. Swelling in your ankles and feet, a common side effect of amlodipine for some, can also become much worse when grapefruit is in the picture. It's like turning up the volume on all the medication's effects, good and bad, without meaning to. This isn't about avoiding grapefruit just because it's a citrus fruit. It's a very specific chemical interaction that can have real, measurable impacts on your health and safety. The important thing to remember is that this interaction isn't just about drinking a glass of grapefruit juice with your pill. Even having grapefruit hours before or after your medication can still pose a risk because those compounds can linger in your system for a surprisingly long time. Some studies suggest the effects can last for up to 72 hours, meaning if you have grapefruit on a Monday morning, it could still be influencing your amlodipine on Thursday. It's not about how much grapefruit you eat, either. Even a small amount can cause problems for some individuals. So, the safest and simplest advice if you're taking amlodipine is to completely avoid grapefruit and grapefruit juice. This includes fresh grapefruit, frozen juice, concentrates, and even grapefruit marmalade. It might feel like a small sacrifice, especially if you enjoy the tart sweetness of grapefruit. But it's a powerful step you can take to protect your heart and ensure your medication is working safely and effectively for you, without any unexpected interference. Making this one simple change can bring so much peace of mind, knowing you're giving your heart the best possible support. It's about being proactive and taking charge of your well-being, one informed choice at a time. This foundational step is just the beginning of what you can do. Now that we've talked about the surprising impact of grapefruit, let's move on to something that's often hidden in plain sight, something many of us consume far too much of without even realizing it. excessive sodium, especially from processed foods. It's a common knowledge that too much salt isn't good for blood pressure. But when you're taking amlodipine, understanding this becomes even more critical. Amlodipine works hard to relax your blood vessels and lower your blood pressure. But if your diet is consistently high in sodium, you're essentially fighting your medication every single day. Sodium makes your body hold on to extra water, which then increases the volume of blood in your vessels. This increased volume puts more pressure on your artery walls, forcing your heart to work harder. And it pushes your blood pressure up. It's like trying to bail out a leaky boat with a teacup while someone else is pouring buckets of water back in. Your amlodipine is the teacup, and too much sodium is the relentless deluge. Think about all the processed foods we rely on for convenience: canned soups, frozen dinners, deli meats, packaged snacks, even seemingly innocent bread and breakfast cereals. The salt in these foods isn't just there for taste. It's used as a preservative, a texture enhancer, and sometimes it's just plain hidden. You might not even taste the salt in a sweet pastry or a seemingly plain cracker, but it's often there in surprising amounts. Regularly consuming these high sodium items can make your amlodipine less effective, meaning your blood pressure might not come down to healthy levels, or you might need higher doses of medication to achieve the desired effect. This can lead to more potential side effects and more stress on your heart over time. The solution here isn't complicated, but it does require a bit of awareness. Start reading food labels. Look for low sodium or no added salt versions of your favorite foods. Try cooking more meals at home from fresh ingredients, where you have complete control over the salt shaker. Flavor your food with herbs, spices, lemon juice, or vinegar instead of relying on salt. It's a gradual shift, but even small reductions in your daily sodium intake can make a big difference in helping your amlodipine do its job properly and protecting your heart. Next, let's consider something else that many of us reach for without a second thought when we're feeling under the weather or experiencing a minor ache: certain over-the-counter medications. While these seem harmless because you can buy them without a prescription, some of them can silently interfere with your amlodipine and your blood pressure. I'm talking specifically about non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs, which are common pain relievers like ibuprofen or naproxen. We use them for headaches, muscle aches, arthritis pain, and they can be incredibly effective. However, NSAIDs can cause your body to retain sodium and water, which, as we just discussed, raises blood pressure. They can also narrow blood vessels, counteracting the very effect that amlodipine is trying to achieve. Using NSAIDs regularly, or even taking a higher dose occasionally, can make your blood pressure medication less effective, putting you at risk for higher blood pressure readings. Another culprit is decongestants, found in many cold and flu remedies. These medications work by narrowing blood vessels to reduce swelling in your nasal passages. But this narrowing effect isn't limited to your nose. It can affect blood vessels throughout your body, leading to an increase in blood pressure. So, if you're feeling congested and reach for a decongestant, you might be unknowingly pushing your blood pressure up, making your amlodipine's job much harder. The best approach is always to check with your doctor or pharmacist before taking any new over-the-counter medication, supplement, or herbal remedy, especially if you're on amlodipine or any other prescription drug. They can guide you towards safer alternatives that won't compromise your heart health. Now, let's talk about something many of us enjoy socially or to unwind: alcohol. While a glass of wine or a beer might seem harmless, excessive alcohol consumption can directly impact your blood pressure and interfere with your amlodipine. Alcohol can temporarily raise your blood pressure. And, over time, regular heavy drinking can lead to chronic high blood pressure, even if you're taking medication for it. Beyond that, alcohol can interact with amlodipine in a couple of ways. It can cause your blood vessels to relax more than intended, leading to a sudden and significant drop in blood pressure, making you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or even faint. This is particularly dangerous for older adults, as falls can lead to serious injuries. Alcohol can also amplify some of amlodipine's side effects, such as drowsiness or dizziness. What might be considered a moderate amount for a younger person might be too much for someone over 60 whose body processes alcohol differently. For women, it's generally recommended not to have more than one alcoholic drink per day, and for men. No more than 2. But even within these guidelines, it's wise to be cautious and to discuss your alcohol consumption with your doctor. They can give you personalized advice based on your health history and how your body reacts. Sometimes, cutting back significantly or even abstaining altogether can make a remarkable difference in managing your blood pressure and ensuring your amlodipine works optimally. It's about finding a balance that supports your heart without putting it under unnecessary strain. Finally, we arrive at the 5th and perhaps most surprising item on our list, one that many people wouldn't even consider a risk: black licorice. Yes, that classic chewy treat, particularly the traditional kind made with real licorice root extract, can pose a serious problem for your blood pressure and interact with your amlodipine. Here's why real black licorice contains a compound called glycyrrhizin. When you consume glycyrrhizin, your body processes it in a way that can lead to an increase in blood pressure and a decrease in potassium levels. This happens because glycyrrhizin can affect the body's hormones that regulate fluid and electrolyte balance, essentially mimicking the effects of a hormone that tells your body to hold on to sodium and water, which in turn elevates blood pressure. For someone already taking amlodipine to lower their blood pressure, eating significant amounts of real black licorice can directly counteract the medication's effects, making it much harder to keep your blood pressure under control. It's a stealthy saboteur that many people are completely unaware of. The amount of glycyrrhizin can vary greatly depending on the licorice product, but even moderate consumption of true black licorice can be enough to cause issues for sensitive individuals or those already managing hypertension. The key here is real black licorice. Many candies flavored with anise or artificial flavors might look like licorice but don't contain the problematic compound. So, if you're a fan of the genuine article, it's a good idea to check the ingredients list for licorice root extract or glycyrrhizin. And if you find it, it's wise to reconsider for the sake of your heart. It's one of those lesser-known facts that can genuinely impact your health. And knowing about it gives you the power to make a simple, heart-healthy choice. So, there you have it. 5 crucial things to be mindful of when you're taking amlodipine to protect your heart health. We've explored why grapefruit and its juice can overwhelm your system with too much medication, how excessive sodium in processed foods makes your amlodipine fight an uphill battle, and why certain over-the-counter pain relievers and cold medicines can push your blood pressure up, negating your medication's hard work. We also touched upon how alcohol, even in moderation for some, can interfere with your blood pressure regulation and amplify side effects. And of course, the surprisingly potent impact of real black licorice on your blood pressure. It might feel like a lot to remember, but remember, each one of these insights is a powerful tool in your hands. This isn't about drastically changing your entire life overnight, but rather about making informed, gentle adjustments that add up to big benefits for your heart. Remember, small changes truly can make a profound difference to your health and happiness. Especially as we age, your heart is working hard for you every single day, and by being aware of these potential interactions, you're giving it the best possible support. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge, feeling more confident in your daily choices, and truly living your best life. We would absolutely love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced any of these interactions? Or were any of these surprising to you? Share your thoughts, experiences, or any questions you might have in the comments section below. Your insights could help someone else who's on a similar journey. And if you found this video helpful and want to see more content focused on helping you thrive in your golden years, please do us a favor and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who need this information. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our future videos, packed with practical advice and encouraging messages tailored just for you. Your health is your greatest wealth, and every step you take, no matter how small, is a step towards a healthier, happier future. Keep learning, keep living fully, and remember, you are capable of amazing things at every age. Live your best life at every age.